Hi, how you guys doing?
Good.
Beautiful Wednesday, and we're living in the moment. We're going to have a great Wednesday practice. We faced a severe challenge at home in Washington Grizzly Stadium. It's my first game in Washington Grizzly Stadium as the head coach at this point, and I'm anxious to go back. It's a great place to coach, a great place to play. It's a wonderful environment. It's a unique environment in our conference because no one else has anything close to it. Nobody has anything close to it. We face a football team that's got a couple of pretty well-proven players. Brady Gustafson's been an outstanding quarterback. Johnny Nguyen, the tailback, who kind of comes back to the starting lineup now with the injury to Calhoun. He's just been a great, especially home game player there. Caleb Kidder is a defensive lineman, is an outstanding player with great size and range, playing little defensive end this year. And Reese at offensive tackle has been a 3-year starter, and he's only a junior, one of the outstanding offensive linemen in the nation. So a severe challenge for us. We are extremely unavailable in certain spots, and the issue for us is who's getting on the bus. And the one thing we want to do is who's ever getting on the bus, they have to really love to play football. That means you never look at the scoreboard. You play every down as though it's the only one you're going to play. You never look at the roster. You never look at the scouting report in terms of being fearful of anything. You just go play. And I think we've got a football team full of guys that really love to play. And that group is led by Andy Whittier from Century High School, who in 8 ball games this year has 31 stops. 31 stops. Last year, our leading stopper on kick teams had 7. So when this kid goes to a game, he comes down the ramp and brings his game onto the field. And we talked at length with our football team about being able to take practice down the ramp on a game day. Same thing in Missoula. Let's take the work that we're doing this week down the ramp and into the game. We didn't do that last week, not only at all positions, but most notably at kicker, at punter. We didn't punt the ball in either situation, either punter, with the type of ability that we show in warm-up, in practice. But that just typifies. I'm not picking on those guys. I'm just saying, take it down the ramp. Don't leave it up in the locker room. And especially in the second half. 275 yards surrendered in the third quarter is still enough to fill up a toilet with a lot of vomit. 275 in one quarter. Extrapolate it, that's 1,100 yards total. Okay? All right, questions?
So they have been practicing well.
Yeah, we've been practicing well. We do everything right. We go to class, we're socially responsible, we practice like dogs, we get treatment, we pay attention in meetings, we dress right, we wear right, and then we kick off, and then all of a sudden we're not right.
Why do you think that isn't translating?
Maturity, success, pattern of success, mental toughness, competitive ability, coaching. We have some guys that do it all the time, every single game. I know exactly what we're going to get from every one of those guys. And one of those guys is a true freshman. He's our center, Dallin Collins. He's been nothing short of amazing every play, every time he's practiced or played for us. And he's playing like it. That's why he's playing so well, because he takes it down the ramp. And other guys don't. Tanner doesn't, not all the time. He'll be down the ramp, and he'll have a couple plays, and it'll be like, wow. And then there'll be 2 plays where you're going, whiskey, tango, foxtrot, right? You're wondering, what the heck? Where are you going? We run a play called Eagle. We run double slants on the outside, and it's called Mike away. The mic goes there, you throw there. The mic goes there, you throw there. Stimulus response, red light, green light. He's 7 times this year, he's thrown the ball to the mic side. So, yeah, it's a $1 million question, and it's a question that we as a coaching staff are working on every single day. Why defensively can we go from giving up 52 to NAU to giving up 27 to North Dakota to back to 52 against Southern Utah? We got a personality disorder. We got to get going. We have to be dependable. Take it down the ramp.
Do you think that has to do with the offense not being able to move the ball 3 and out, and the defense just on the field?
Well, a lot of the offensive issues are related to the age of our offensive line. The band keeps changing. We're going to get a little younger this week as Chris Medema comes back to the starting lineup, and Thomas Lazorka will be unavailable. Just an example of what's going on. Nico Taylor is not going to be available as a defensive lineman and won't even travel. And there's some question as to whether even Mario Jenkins will travel. Those are just issues we have. It's just in a 2-6 season, 2-7 season, whatever, 2-6 season, this stuff mounts up against you every week, all the time. And our attitude simply has to be, as a coaching staff, next man up. Play only guys that really, really love to play football. Don't play guys just because they have height, weight, size, and speed, because we have to play with more passion, especially on defense. Because the defensive representation of what we've had this season has been too scattered. We have got to be a more definitive team, emotionally and performance-wise, on game day.
You mentioned their stadium. What makes it so unique and such a hard place to play?
Well, there are 25,000 plus people hang over the railing and want you to enjoy the day. It's cool. It's really cool. It's fun. Noise. It's what you aspire to play as a college football player. It's the only SEC environment in the West. No Pac-12 school can say it. No. No Mountain West school can say it. No. Not Boise, not Utah, not Utah State. No. Not BYU. No. Nothing's like playing in Washington Grizzly Stadium, except playing at LSU or playing at Alabama. And that's the cool part about it. And of course, you kick off at 5. Guess what? They've had all day to get prepped. It's a howling. It's a howling. HOWLING. We go into a howling maelstrom at 5 o'clock. Fun. Absolutely. One of the cool experiences in coaching.
Mike, you've coached in Montana. You've actually beaten Montana a couple times in your career. They come into this game having lost 2 in a row. Doesn't happen very often for Montana. You've been there in that environment. Does the pressure start to build even with all their success just because of the fact that they've lost 2 in a row?
Hell yeah. 25,000 people aren't paying to watch you not be in the playoffs. You dang right. Those 25,000, 26,000 people are coming to the game to watch them win and roll. They don't care who they're playing. And hopefully they're the factor that motivates all of us to play well. Them and us.
It seems like Tanner's missed quite a few throws in the last couple of weeks. Is he progressing like you thought he would, or is he just?
Yeah, he's on schedule. The redshirt sophomore. Yeah, he's right. Some guys are a little sooner, some guys are a little later, but I can see the golden horizon for him. He's to the point now where as he's making a mistake, he knows he's making it at the time. You don't have to tell him about it on the sideline. And when he throws a touchdown pass, he's not cavorting on the field like a little 8-year-old. He threw a touchdown pass to K-Dub last week on a 4th down and forever, and instead of running downfield and booty bumping him, he came to the sideline and got a drink of water and got on the phone about it. That's growth.
Mike, you talked about Andy Whittier. What makes him so good at what he does? Is it mental? Is it physical? What is it?
He really, really loves to play football. He doesn't play corner. He doesn't play safety. I mean, he practices as a corner. He played a rep this year as a corner in a game. He hasn't played as a safety. He never touches the ball. So if you're one of those guys that play those positions where you never touch the ball, why would you play football? Why? I mean, why would you play not where you get to play catch? Nobody goes in the backyard and plays football where they drive block or pass rush. You never touch the ball, really? Only in American football do you play a sport where you might never touch the ball. Yeah, you're called Andy Whittier and you're a bomber on a flyer on punt team. Or you're Brian Finian-Godolphin, you're a left tackle. You're never going to touch the ball ever in your career. Yet you love to play as much as K.W. Williams, who gets the ball every other play. So Andy Whittier, like Brian Finian-Godolphin, really, really loves to play football. And he doesn't look at the scoreboard. He doesn't look at his playing time. He doesn't look at opportunities that are going to get him to the NFL. He looks at just today and playing the sport the way it's meant to be played by those guys that really, really love to play football.
And you said he has 31 stops. What do you mean by what are stops?
He makes a tackle. He forces the returner into a tackle, or they fair catch it. Oh, it's unbelievable. We had a kid like him at Montana State who was a little guitar playing 9th defensive back named Willie Jacobs, exactly the same way. Became the guts and reason we won in 2002. And Andy Whittier can be the exact same guy for us here. Is right now. He's worth the price of admission.
And you mentioned
Guller a little bit, and actually this season you guys are averaging the fewest passing yards per game since you've been here. Well, why do you think that is?
A lot of that has to do with the loss of our starting fifth-year wide receiver to academics in May, and then his backup got blown up in the first 10 days of camp, or the first 2 weeks of camp. We're playing our third-team wide receiver on the outside. We've had to take a really good tight end, move him onto the outside to get more downfield throws. We haven't caught anything on the outside deep until last week. Finally, K-Dub caught a fly ball. 2 of them for touchdowns. Finally. Now let's get Pat Carter. Let's get Mitch Guller. Let's get Hagan Graves to make downfield throws or make downfield catches. We don't have any of those. Madison Mangum graduated, and we haven't replaced him even close. When Luke Austin graduated, it took us a while to find Madison Mangum. And when Rod Rumble graduated, it took us a long time to find Luke Austin. It just takes a while to find that downfield threat.
And is some of that the offensive line too, or is that?
Yeah, part of it's the offensive line. Our protection hasn't been super, but it's been improving. A lot of really good things being done by Dorian Keller with our offensive front. Yet our downfield throws have got to come open. And as a quarterback, sometimes you got to throw it up there. When when Tanner threw the ball up to K-Dub, he had no idea he was open until he made the catch. And how many times this season have we faced receivers that have caught passes against us when we're all over them in coverage? Hey, that's what you do. Same thing with Madison. There were so many times in last year and in 14, we threw the ball at Madison, and 99% of the time you'd say, oh, nice catch. And that's the nature of the game. It's the nature of the game.
Not a great showing by ISU fans last weekend. I mean, what can you tell Bengals fans that they have to kind of hang their hat on, and what can they expect these last 3 games?
Look, they need to understand that we're a football team that is severely wounded. Severely wounded. And we got scheduled uphill, and we made 2 hellacious road trips. And those 3 things have combined to make us anemic again. And they have. There's just no other way to phrase it. God awful. You play 2 Pac-12s back to back. Oh, by the way, one of them's in the top 25. The other one is having a resurgence in its whole defense overall. In fact, we scored more points on that team than Stanford did. And then we went bust to Portland State, and we went commercial to NAU. And all of that's related to factors beyond the control of this team. And then we got severely unavailable. Losing 2 all-conference caliber offensive linemen, a starting 5th-year wide receiver who academically became ineligible during the summer, his backup who got injured out of the season. I mean, there's just too many factors beyond the control of the kids that are playing. And the kids that are playing are trying their butt off. And the positive thing is that there's a great football team lurking in our locker room right now. It's this coaching staff's opportunity to get these young guys, especially young guys, ready to go for 2017, 18, and beyond.
With these last 3 games, do you start trying to play kids for the future to see how they are?
We already are. God, listen to my voice. We already are. Jacob Molinar started every game except the first one at left guard. We're already playing our youth. We're playing the heck out of Michael Dean. We got some redshirt kids that are redshirt and aren't going to come off a redshirt to play that are out on the scout team. But we're playing all of our youth right now.
And with very tough 3 games left at Montana, at Eastern, at home against Weaver, how do you stay positive? How do you keep this team positive?
Well, it's easy. I'm the leader, man. We're cut off and surrounded. We're low on ammunition and food and supplies, and there's no relief coming. Guess what? All we can do is fight on. Right? That's all we can do. And so, because it's a sport, a game we play, as long as it doesn't interfere with the rest of the quality of your life, are you still a good student? Are you still a good person? Are you still doing everything your team asks you to do? Great. And let the results live by themselves.
Any update on Ja'Cory?
Yeah, probably not traveling. How about Ty Flanagan?
What does that put your running back depth situation at?
It makes guys that are still on scholarship have to step up and play, and that would be James Madison, Lunnell Woodhouse, and we might have to give the ball to our power back, number 4. And he had positive yards rushing last week. And he's 240. Hey, maybe we'll run the quarterback every play. Come on.